Oftentimes, the hurts that we carry into our adulthood are an extension of our childhood. And the behaviors that we carry and accept are an extension of our childhood. So the question becomes, how do we free ourselves from still being trapped in our childhood? Hi, I'm Diamond and welcome to Hersiety, which stands for Her Anxiety. Like, comment, and hit the subscribe bell. Okay, besties, accountability time. Repeat after me. I am a product of the way I grew up. And if I was troubled in any type of way, out of my control, I will take it from here in correcting the wrongs for my peace and sanity. I choose to move on and flourish from my past and will no longer lose my power to it. Take a moment and reflect over what we just said. If you have to, pause this video, cry, blank stare, whatever it is you need to do. Because what you just did was gave yourself grace and permission to let go. This is my first time ever publicly saying this. So bear with me. It took a while for me to even record this. I have dealt with mental and emotional abuse for years, decades. And it's something that I've had to consciously break so that I did not carry it on to my child or anyone else for that matter. It's not something that I automatically recognized until later on in life as I became a more mature adult. It's a subtle form of abuse. It's not as obvious as like physical or sexual. However, it is very poisoning to how you view and what you believe about yourself. It causes feelings of confusion, doubt, lots of insecurities. And I believe that it was the initial reason to my anxiety because of all the threats that I've dealt with in feeling like I would jeopardize my relationship with this specific person if I didn't think a certain way, if I didn't act a certain way, if I just overall just didn't live and abide by in a certain way. Believe it or not, the people that appear the strongest, like myself, suffer in silence. I didn't have my awakening until shortly after giving birth to my son. I realized that I could no longer allow my strength to deteriorate. He needed me at my best 24/7, and he didn't deserve to feel the brunt of my personal issues long before him. And that's when I had to give myself permission to release the control and hold over me so that I could fly independently with my own set of wings. I had to rewrite and break the toxic cycles of the past. I could no longer be a victim to the hurts and the experiences anymore. I had to rewire my train of thinking. Accountability and acknowledgement are two things that past generations struggle with, which means our parents and grandparents didn't break toxic behaviors they grew up on. So as their children, we experience a continuation of it. The difference between past generations and newer ones is having the public support and encouragement and seeking help and speaking out. Past generations suppressed a lot of the wrongdoings that they experienced and that personally just happened to them. Newer generations are not suppressing their childhood traumas. However, the setback that both generations collectively share is actually accountability and really breaking those toxic cycles of the past. We cannot continue, and I place emphasis on continue to be victims and carry around the hurts stemmed from it. Think about it. When we address the people that are responsible for our childhood traumas, oftentimes we experience kickback in the form of them taking no fault at all or excuses. Our parents, grandparents, or guardians will say things like, "It happened to me. I turned out fine. I'm not perfect. I didn't know any better. Wasn't taught any better." But please keep in mind that being perfect has nothing to do with breaking a toxic behavior that they didn't break. That is either a choice that's going to be made or not. And so that's when it falls back on us, the newer generation, to step away from that war zone, because we got an accountability issue over here, and step into our own transformation of healing. We've got to get tired and drained of continuing to try to receive something that we may never receive. We've got to take accountability in deciding and giving ourselves that permission to progress forward and not keep falling backwards. And this is why I stress as an adult to give yourself grace, because that is the first step to freedom in the pursuit of your happiness. And I stress we have to take accountability so that we're releasing what no longer serves purpose in the progression of our lives.